just got word. Romania was a dead end.
You're saying that he lied?
Place is real enough. Deserted. But we found no trace that your man was ever there. Or anyone else for that matter.
So, what's going on now is that since there is no evidence, like there is nothing linking back to to 47's history, he's such essentially a man without a past. The director of the ICA is even more weary of him being in the program.
I'll be watching.
So, what he does is arrange a test that is supposed to be impossible for 47. This is because when the director was an assassin,
Sodas caught up with Knight at a military airfield in Cuba and eliminated him.
this was his greatest achievement, was sneaking into this airplane hangar and killing the target, Jasper Knight, who was a American chess master who defected to the Soviet Union during World War II. Or during the Cold War, not World War II.
Your unfortunate exit from the program will not raise any eyebrows. He did not.
And even increased the number of guards
if Sodas can bend the rules
that were there way back when, just to make sure 47 had no chance. But of course, since Diana is trying to make sure that we have a fair shot, she's helping us by being what a handler should be. So normally, when playing missions, you would get opportunity markers. And you hear conversations like this, where once I hear about the fighter jet, I would have a quest marker, almost, like from an RPG, that keeps track of the steps I need to take to perform that type of kill for the mission. Since I played Blood Money and I don't like to have my hand held in that way, I have them turned off for my runs, because that's just the way I want to play Hitman. I want to do that thinking for myself. But since it's there, I don't want to fault someone who might want or require that kind of aid to enjoy this game. I'm not a purist who's going to go, oh, you're wrong for using tools the game has provided. And I think it's a good idea for the game to provide those tools. I think that it makes all the sense in the world for accessibility to have that kind of quest marker there. I just don't want to use it. And I'm glad the game appreciates that I don't want to use that and lets me turn it off. Kind of a way to choose how difficult you want the game to be for you. And so I've dressed up as a security officer for the airfield, so that I can walk in, and I don't have a lockpick, so I can't pick that lock. So I had to go in the back way through the hangar side entrance. I don't think any of these people recognize a cop because they're all soldiers, or not a rent-a-cop. So I can just walk right through without a hassle. And there is my favorite item in the game, aside from the coin. The coin is the best item, obviously, but the Amedic Poison is my second favorite. So I have a plan. Probably want to kill Jasper Knight. But I need this disguise to do it. And I've played through this so many times, because I played this when it was the beta, that I know that no one comes into this particular room. This room is essentially fairly safe. Speaking of the beta, this, like I said before, the beta for this Hitman game was just these tutorial missions. I remember at the time we were all worried about this game because of so much of the controversy surrounding it. Like, we were all kind of weary of what this Hitman would be like. So I was kind of nervous going into the beta, but after playing these missions,
Follow me, please.
my nerves were kind of alleviated.
Well, it must be, mustn't it?
And this is me realizing that I went to go see Jasper Knight
Safety protocol.
about
I'm not crazy about
the
Is it going to do that thing where it flips out?
about doing that kill, but I forgot to actually set up the kill.
Good hands. This way, please.
So I have to basically redo this because I forgot to actually sabotage the plane. Because the justification, the setup for this mission, or the mission that Sodas went on, is that Jasper Knight is defecting to the Soviet Union. So they are evacuating him by a jet fighter. And he is not going to leave until his girlfriend is safe. So what you can do is you can sabotage a test of the safety protocols. I think what I'm trying to do is see if I can sabotage it before
First, he needs to test the jet's safety equipment, including the
before I start the safety protocols. But I will realize in a couple minutes
Hello, you, grease monkey.
that
Thanks.
Okay.
I fucked up big time, and I need to redo this.
All right. Easy. One step at a time.
Yeah. Okay. So, in previous runs of this level, I found that I've needed to poison the coffee of the supervisor so that I can get through. Because I need to be on the other side of the plane to sabotage it. And he will see me immediately because of the way his routine works. I won't have enough time to do the sabotage. So I've tried to poison his coffee like I did in previous runs. And that didn't work. So I think I try this a couple more times before I just give up.
Don't bother me. I have more than enough on my plate.
Yeah. This was a mission that went so badly that I had no choice but to restart it.
The final test.
I also like that even when you're caught in the act, unlike Blood Money, they don't go immediately into murder the shit out of everyone. Like, there is a phase where they're just like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. That's wrong. And then they start searching for you if you run away. And then, only after that will they open fire. Like, there is a lot... There is a lot of... There are transitional phases between when you are detected, or when you are first caught doing something suspicious, and when you are actually deemed to be a threat. Which really makes stealth much more viable, which is weird to say in a conversation about the Hitman franchise. But you guys saw the Blood Money LP. It's really bad. There are a lot of really, really bad, really janky parts of Blood Money. Even if, for its time, it's a great product. So I was kind of muffled, or peeved, that the soldier was the one that saw the coin and not the actual cop that I wanted to take his disguise from. But that's fine. I decided to just wait until the soldier turns around and just eat shit. once it turns around, I'm going to take that guard's disguise and do the thing I did last time by dumping his body. Alright. Now we're going to take our coin back, or at least we were going to until I couldn't find the coin. And pick up the pistol, because you want to make sure that the weapons that characters drop when they are knocked out don't get seen. Because if they are seen, then a guard will pick them up and put them away. And that could cause them to go places you don't want them to go. At least in my experience. So I usually pick up after myself so that the guards don't feel the need to clean up and find a body they weren't supposed to find. And that's why dumping bodies is incredibly important, because you can't always know a routine until after you've played the mission a couple times. You might assume that a guard will never go into a room, but you don't know until after you've seen it happen. Which is why finding good places to dump bodies is a very critical part to playing Hitman. So yeah, I need this wrench to perform my deed. And I decide wisely to save here. Because there was a very high chance of me screwing this up. And I don't remember how I got him. I think I gave up on the poisoning after getting caught so many times doing it. I don't remember how I actually got him to stay away long enough to sabotage the plane. Oh my god, did I actually use the coin to do this? Oh my god, I used the coin.
Hey, what the hell? Who threw that?
Guys, the coin is the best tool in the game. The coin is by far the best tool in the game. I love that there's a wrench right there, in case you don't have one, to sabotage the ejector seat with. Now we've done the sabotage, we're going to make our target kill himself through a very unfortunate accident. And that is another one of those fun things that Hitman does, is it lets you execute a kill in such a way that it looks like it was an accident. And so we're going to talk to Jesper Knight.
Jesper Knight, we gotta go over the safety protocol. Follow me, please.
Ugh. Must we really?
Yes, we must. Well, you must, because you need to die. If his actor is anything to go by, the actual Jesper Knight was a bit of a tosser. Or a bit of a tool. So, no one will mourn his loss.
Is it dangerous? Well, it must be, mustn't it?
I should remind you guys that
Not great.
remember that in these tutorial missions, the justification is that all weapons are simulated.
You're in good hands.
That no one's actually supposed to die.
Jasper Knight certainly knows how to make an exit. But first, he needs to test the jet's safety equipment, including the ejector seat. Huh.
Yep.
All right. Easy. One step at a time.
So we're going to guide our victim into his untimely demise.
Step 1. Strap yourself in.
Okay. All strapped in.
Step 2. Locate the ejector seat.
Oh man. I love this kill. This is the part where you go, yeah, they're gonna do this. They're gonna do the rest of this game just fine.
Pull the ejector seat handle.
Right. Here it goes. Pull.
So that thing about all this being simulated, we actually just murdered a man.
Mr. Mechanic, what's up?
We actually murdered a man to get into the ICA. That was not part of the plan. That was not part of the simulation. That was an actual murder that just occurred. And I love that even the actors who were playing the guards were like, "Did that just happen?" Of course, the joke's on them for using an actual ejector seat to scale. Hey, you didn't leave a body. At least not in the training area. This is me getting my suit back because, you know, of course I'm going to get my suit back. We're going to sneak back through the fence because there is exactly one part of the fence you can climb through, the one without the barrier. And now that we're outside the field, we can just end the mission. And that is the end of the tutorial of Hitman Enter World of Assassination.
Congratulations, Agent. You are cleared for field duty.
We did it.
I hope you know
We just murdered a man, that's what we just did.
the chopper leaves at dawn. Now get out of my sight.
I love the idea of 47 that's so incensed by being
What happens now?
treated like a tool
You go
that he
back
actually
to
murdered a man in what was supposed to be a simulation.
You're on your own and on the move. When we need you, we will contact you.
And so does.
He played his hand, and he lost. He cannot touch us now. Still, I can't believe we beat him at his own game.
If you know your enemy.
Quite right. I should tell you, the trail went dead after Romania. Our team found no records of any kind. No name. Nothing.
I think they called me 47.
That's not a name.
So
It's weird that this scene looks a little worse than the actual in-engine stuff. Maybe that's just me. Or now it looks good. This is just 47 going through some of the biggest hits, some of the most well-known hits in the franchise. This is a good little montage to show you the kind of things that you can do in a Hitman game. And these are some pretty notorious hits from their respective games. This also sets up the plot to the main missions of the game. And there is a story to Hitman. God bless their souls, they attempt it every single time.
Your actions have changed the world.
But at least this time the gameplay is good enough that it doesn't matter even if the story ends up being bad. And it's so far it's been pretty good. It's been decent.
Powerful men have
Or at least
taken
intriguing.
your hand, but by the same
I wonder how the episodic nature of this game kind of factors into that, and we'll talk about that in a bit.
do you realize what kind of world?
But yeah, you guys are. I find that this episodic Hitman is better than Blood Money, and I mean that with all sincerity. Some people might think that's a bit of a bold thing to say, but I do legitimately believe that this is the best Hitman game that we've ever had. And I should know, I've played all of them.
I've felt the cost. That's what defines me.
And that ends our recording. Take care, guys. Next time, Paris.